Just like every year, some of these decisions are really freaking difficult. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and to another video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is only my second video that I've ever made about the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Last year I did a little recap of who won, but I thought it would be fun this year to kind of go through who I'm going to be voting for these awards this year. And of course this is going to include all animes that had new content or came out in 2025. So anything that had anything new from January 1st to December 31st is eligible to be nominated. And I'm honestly really excited to see who got nominated this year. So we're gonna dive right in, but before we do, two things. Number one, important to note, what I'm gonna be doing in this video is 100% my opinions. If you do not agree with my opinions, that is okay. Just go and vote for the ones that you want. I probably have different tastes than pretty much all of you when it comes to a wide variety of anime, so keep that in mind as you watch this video. Second thing is, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment your thoughts. I do have memberships available. Memberships come with fun perks like early release of videos, priority reply in comments, and fun emojis. So if you're interested in supporting the channel that way, make sure you hit the join button. But with that, let's go. And also, I am probably going to rotate some of these. I did that last time because you can vote every single day until April 15th. It is very common for me to have a few different categories where I like multiple, so I'll usually rotate who I vote for. But for the record, this time will be like my main votes. Here we go. All right, so we're starting with the first big one, which is Anime of the Year. This is the one that got a whole lot of conversation going last year because Solo Leveling won, and Solo Leveling is not even a nominee this year. Okay, I'm fine with that. Personally, I think when it comes to winning, especially like Anime of the Year, I believe you shouldn't be eligible to be nominated the following year. If you win it one year, you should let someone else win the next year. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to award shows that much, so I don't know how it works. But personally, if I was in charge, I would say, hey, you won Anime of the Year this year, which means even if you have new content that would be eligible for next year, you're not going to be eligible for Anime of the Year. Personally, that might be what's happening too, because technically the last season of Solo Leveling was way better than the first. And also, wasn't like Jujutsu Kaisen, they won Anime of the Year once, but it was for the hidden inventory arc. No one was thinking about the fact that Shibuya wasn't a part of it and then it wasn't nominated. So maybe Anime of the Year is one of those, like if you win, you can't win the next year. I have only seen 3 of these. So I have not seen Gachiakuta, Takopi's Original Sin, or The Summer Hikaru Died. All 3 of those are on my list. I've just been really freaking busy this year, so I haven't gone to any of them. But I have seen Dandadan, My Hero Academia, and The Apothecary Diaries. So Dandadan, I'm not gonna lie, this season I wasn't as invested as the first season. I don't know why. I think honestly it was probably better. I just didn't find myself as excited to see it. My Hero Academia final season, very good, but overhyped, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was one of the better endings of certain stories that I have seen. However, I did not think that it was quite worthy of all the like high 9s on IMDb. Just, there were some things I had issues with it, but it was still a very good ending. The Apothecary Diaries Season 2, on the other hand, The Apothecary Diaries is slowly creeping into, well, it's not even slowly, it is in my top 3 now. It is my 3rd favorite anime. I love this story. I've been reading the light novels. I've gotten all the way through light novel 8. The story's so freaking good, and I really want to make more content on it, so I'm actually gonna vote for The Apothecary Diaries. All right, next one we have, oh, I wonder which one I'm gonna vote for here. I'm kidding. I'm obviously voting for Demon Slayer. I will say, so I've only seen Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man on this list. I will throw out there, I really enjoyed Chainsaw Man. I really did. The fandom of Chainsaw Man really soured my opinion on it winning anything. It sounds so silly. It's not that it soured my opinion on the movie itself. I just couldn't stand the fact that everyone was not only comparing it to Demon Slayer when like the only comparison is that there are 2 battle shonens that had movies within the same time frame, but Chainsaw Man people were like, Chainsaw Man was so much better because it was so much more cohesive. Yeah, of course it was more cohesive. You're comparing it to the first part of a trilogy. Captain Obvious here, Chainsaw Man was more cohesive because Demon Slayer is the first part of a trilogy. That being said, my enjoyment of Demon Slayer was still way more than Chainsaw Man. I am biased. I'm going to vote for the thing that I am biased for, but I will say I did very much enjoy Chainsaw Man, and am tempted to vote for it maybe one of my days. But Demon Slayer is the clear winner in my heart here. Next, Best Continuing Series. So we have Dandadan, My Hero Academia, Solo Leveling, Kaiju, One Piece, and Spy Family. I wonder why Apothecary Diaries is not up for this one. Because I would say, oh, well, it's up for Anime of the Year, so it can't be for this, but we have Dandadan and My Hero Academia. For this one, I will give it to My Hero Academia. Again, I really enjoyed the season. I just liked the Apothecary Diaries better. That's really my only reasoning here. So we'll give this one to My Hero Academia. Best New Series. We got Clevitis. I've never heard of that. Sakamoto Days. The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. That's such a name. Gachiakta, Takopi's Original Sin, and The Summer Hikaru Died. So I've only seen 2 of these. Sakamoto Days and The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. I really enjoy Sakamoto Days. There was something about Fragrant Flower that got to me. I don't know why I loved it so much. It's been getting a lot of hate on the internet too. I think it's more, it has to do with like a recent arc in the manga. But I really enjoyed the anime, and this, of course, we are voting for the anime itself. So I'm gonna go for this one. I thought it was really cute. I don't know why there's so much discourse about it. It's very average romance, but it's cute and I enjoyed it. So that's what we're going with. Best Original Anime. I haven't seen any of these. Let's vote for Moonrise. I don't know what it's about, but I just picked one. Best Animation. Where's Demon Slayer? So I have this thing, and I noticed this about a lot of other like random anime awards stuff for the year. Because Demon Slayer was a movie and not a season, it missed out on a lot of categories like Best Character, which I was like, just because it's a movie, it should be eligible for everything except like Best Continuing Series, I guess, because even though it's a continuing series, it's only a movie. I understand not having it in there, but why on earth would Demon Slayer not be eligible for Best Animation when that movie was, like, the Giyu versus Akaza with Giyu marked was some of the best animation I have seen in my life. I also am aware that I said that if you win one year, you shouldn't be eligible to win the next year. I agree. I would still say, like, I know Demon Slayer won last year. I think it's won the last few years. So I still think that technically I agree something else should get the opportunity. That hasn't been the case for Best Animation, so maybe it's a new rule. I guess that could be it. So I'm actually, hot take maybe, I'm gonna go for Solo Leveling. I think that's one of Solo Leveling's biggest strengths is like the animation, the action sequences. I think it's really well done. So I would say that's probably one of the things that's definitely worthy of winning. So we're gonna do Solo Leveling. All right, Best Character Design. Dandadan or Apothecary Diaries? I'm actually gonna say Dandadan. I think I should give Dandadan at least something. Its character design is very good. I really love the characters. I really love them in the Apothecary Diaries too. But I'm gonna give Dandadan this one because I've been voting for the Apothecary Diaries a lot, and I do enjoy Dandadan. So we'll give this one to Dandadan. Best Director. I'm just gonna go with Apothecary Diaries. Best Background Art. See, Demon Slayer should 100. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. Demon Slayer should 100% be a nominee for Best Background Art. You mean to tell me the Infinity Castle is not up for an award here? Are we for real right now? That, even more than animation, it should be winning Best Background Art. Because you cannot tell me that any of these are better than that. I feel like I'm exposing myself. I didn't have a ton of time this year to watch a whole lot of new anime, so last year I feel like I had more options, but we're giving it to the Apothecary Diaries. But Demon Slayer should have absolutely been there. I'll die on that hill. Best Romance. Why is Dandadan? I mean, I understand that romance is a pretty big plot of Dandadan. I wouldn't call it a romance though. Like, surely there's some other romance animes like The Summer Hikaru Died, I would say, is more of a romance than Dandadan is. Even though I haven't seen The Summer Hikaru Died, I know what it's about for the most part. Like, I'm gonna watch it soon. But Blue Box was cute. I wasn't as impressed by it as I thought I would be. It was cute, but it's like I haven't even thought about it since it came out or since it ended. So we're going with Fragrant Flower. Why is Dandadan also in Best... Okay, who was in charge of coming up with these nominations? I want to know. I don't understand this at all. Why is Dandadan in Best Romance and Best Comedy? I don't really understand where we're coming up with this, but I'm going with Spy Family. I really enjoyed Spy Family, and even Spy Family this season was not super comedic. Like, the stakes of Spy Family this season were way higher than they've been. It had way less of its like silly moments and way more of like high intensity moments. I feel like I'm mad crap talking Dandadan. I do really like Dandadan. See, Best Action makes sense for Dandadan. Whatever. Okay, so we got Dandadan, I've seen Kaiju number 8, My Hero, and Solo Leveling. Best Action. Am I gonna get hate if I say Solo Leveling? Again, like, that's what it's good for. Like, it's just really good. I want to turn off my brain and just have fun. That's what Solo Leveling is to me. I'm gonna pick Solo Leveling. Again, some of these will probably rotate. Like, I'll probably pick Kaiju one of those times. I'll probably pick Dandadan one of those times. Isekai. All right, I have seen 2 isekais in my life because it's not really for me, and that is Twisted Wonderland and Moonlit Fantasy. So we're going with Twisted Wonderland, even though I haven't really openly talked about this. I've known Twisted Wonderland for like 3 years. The reason I found out about Twisted Wonderland was because my first year going to Anime Expo in Los Angeles, there was a Demon Slayer panel at like 4:30 p.m. in the main events hall. We wanted good seats, and the way they have panels set up at Anime Expos, they don't clear the room in between, so people will camp. I personally really enjoy that way. I would prefer to just camp in the panel room and get to like watch panels all day over having to line up a few hours beforehand. Their lines for it is outside in the sun, not very pleasant. So I will always choose to camp in a panel room over waiting in line. But they did a Twisted Wonderland panel at the beginning of the day, and I was really excited because the main reason why I wanted to go to Anime Expos because Hanai-san was there. He goes pretty much every year. He's gone every year since I started going for Demon Slayer, and he's Riddle, the guy with the red hair and the little crown. So I found out about the game at that point because it was like a little phone game. Started playing, it's fine. It's like an okay game. I don't play it anymore because it was fine. So I started reading the manga, and I really enjoyed the manga. I found it really interesting. The anime itself was fine. Like, I would give it a solid 7. The last couple of episodes are pretty good, but the way they paced it was very slow. I just felt myself constantly just being a little like, oh my gosh, come on, get to the point, more so than I felt with a lot of other animes. So was I like, okay, this wasn't as good as I was expecting? Yes, I still really like the world, and I do really like the manga, and it's the only isekai from this list that I have seen. So that being said, I'm still voting for it because I still like the story. So Best Drama. Oh, this is absolutely going to the Apothecary Diaries. I don't even need to look at anything else because that is, it should have won last year, and I'm still upset that it didn't. Best Slice of Life. Blue Box, Spy Family, Fragrant Flower are the ones that I have seen. I'm going to go with, part of me wants to do Spy Family, but again, Spy Family felt way less slice of life this time, but I do like it better than all my options, so we're gonna go with Spy Family. Best Main Character. See, again, Demon Slayer should be allowed to, like, Tanjiro should be allowed to be nominated. And I think Tanjiro was a really great main character in his movie, but Mao Mao, absolutely. Mao Mao is top 5 anime characters of all time. No one else on that list is, so. Best Supporting Character. Okay, we got some good ones here. We got Jinshi, Lolen, okay. Gigi, Bakugo, and Turbo Baba. Okay. So, my heart is telling me Jinshi, but if we're talking just like writing, Lolan or Bakugo feel like the best options here. Lolan and Shisui, same character. Her arc was really interesting, and Bakugo had a good arc in the final season as well. But if I'm really comparing it writing to writing, I'm giving it to Lolan. Her entire arc was just really interesting. Must protect at all costs character. Okay, this is a silly award to me. We got, Anya. Love Mao Mao, but the must protect at all costs? Of course that's Anya. Mao Mao, Deku, they don't need our protection. They're fine. That's definitely Anya. Best anime song. Why are there 2 Chainsaw Man? Iris Out is actually really freaking good too. I think the first one from Demon Slayer, the opening song, should be here, but again, I'm biased. I do like In Bloom as well. But I'm actually thinking between Iris Out and Reawake. This song I've listened to a lot. Same with Iris Out. Both of these have been on repeat quite a bit. None of these other ones have. The rest of these are very good songs. I'm gonna go with... Okay, this is definitely gonna be one I'm gonna need to switch off a lot. I'm gonna go with Solo Leveling. Have I voted for Solo Leveling 3 times? I do enjoy Solo Leveling. I'm not gonna lie. And this song was really freaking good. I also love Lisa. Lisa is probably my favorite J-pop artist. So, Demon Slayer, 100%. Score is something that is so special to me, so important to me. I love listening to scores. I literally have had Demon Slayer on nonstop because the Hashira trending arc just became available on Spotify like a week ago. That's all I've been listening to. So obviously, again, biased, but Demon Slayer 100%. I do like the Apothecary Diaries, Solo Leveling, and Chainsaw Man. All of them very good, but Demon Slayer, yeah, definitely the best of this list. Best opening sequence. I think this more has to do with the visuals of the opening over the song itself, or it's the combination of both. I will go with Don Da Don on this one. It's completely different than the season 1 dun da dun 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 that went viral, of course. I think this one got overly hated because it had big shoes to fill, and it was never going to fill those shoes. However, it also was like completely different. Again, like the only real comparison is that they're openings for the same show. I really enjoyed it though, and that song was stuck in my head a lot. And I really enjoyed the way the opening credits showed that it was like from Okarun's perspective, and when he met Momo, he started seeing color. I thought that was really beautiful. So yeah, I'm going for Don Da Don all the way here. All right, best ending sequence. None of these left that big of an impression on me because I'm having a hard time remembering any of them, and I've seen 5 out of the 6. I will say, let's go. Okay, Kaiju number 8 I kind of remember, so we're gonna go with that. I liked it, so we're gonna go with closing sequence for Kaiju number 8, which was One Republic, which is still so crazy to me. All right, we've only got a couple left. Oh boy. Just 1 year. Just 1 year. Hanai-san should get the recognition he deserves for his work as Tanjiro, and it still has not happened. I still think the fact that he did not even get nominated for Swordsmith Village is still one of my greatest villain origin moments. Because his work in Swordsmith Village, specifically that season finale, took an episode that was already super emotional for me and made it like this much more emotional because of how he performed it. And I guess you can kind of argue in the movie, especially, you could say there were other voice actors. No. Shinobu's VA should be here. That's a robbery, right? That's a robbery in plain sight right there. Saori Hayami was... I got chills. And she's not here. And we have 2 Chainsaw Man voice actors, which again, they're very good. Reina Ueda did an amazing job as Reze. But you mean to tell me that Saori Hayami is not here? I'm more mad about that than Hanai-san. And I'm like a Hanai-san fangirl through and through. I'm really into the seiyuu industry, so when I see robberies in plain sight, it makes me really annoyed. I love Aoyuki, but she won for Mao Mao last year. It should be somebody else. Again, someone else should get the opportunity. So no, they're not following the, if you won last year, you aren't eligible the following year. I say this as a huge fan of hers, but it should be someone else. I'm actually, okay, I'm trying to not be upset. These are every single one of them amazing people. Amazing people. So talented. Let's go. Okay. Like, I want to vote for Aoyuki because I do really love her, and her work as Mao Mao is quite crazy when you listen to her speak normally. I am going to still give it, I'm going to give it to her. I think she did really incredibly as Reze. I'm not going to lie. So we're giving it to Reina Ueda, which I believe that means our last one is going to be dub, and I don't have any opinions on this because I don't watch anime in dub. So I am going to vote, I think this is Akaza. Does it tell me? Yeah, okay. I'll give it to him. I'm literally just being biased towards Demon Slayer right now. I've literally never watched the movie in English, and I don't really intend to, but I'll do it. Okay, 24 out of 24. I think that's it. Yep, okay. Those are my votes. Again, some of those are gonna change because some of them are really close and I can vote every day, and I'm gonna vote every day. But some of the nominations were a little strange this year. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very surprised about a couple things. I'm very surprised, one, that Solo Leveling's not up for Anime of the Year, but I do think maybe specifically Anime of the Year, you are not eligible the year after you win. Maybe. I could be totally wrong. They don't say that anywhere, but that very well could be, at least for that, because that's the main award, right? Like, Film of the Year and Anime of the Year are going to be the two main ones that get the most people talking and people excited. That's why last year when Solo Leveling won, like, there was so much discourse because people were so mad or really happy. There was no in between. I felt like I was one of the ones in between. The other categories that really surprised me was that Demon Slayer's not up for animation, because because it was a movie, like, the animation was 10 times better. Well, not 10 times better, but like, when I compare Hashira Training Arc, which it did win Best Animation of the Year, to the first Infinity Castle movie, I would say if one deserves it over the other, it would be Infinity Castle. Hashira Training had its great final episode, but the rest of the season was fairly, like, relaxed because it was a training arc, so they didn't have to do like a ton of crazy stuff like they usually do. They saved that for the final episode, which the final episode itself, to me, when people were complaining about Demon Slayer winning Best Continuing Series and Best Animation, I was like, honestly, the season finale of Hashira Training alone was worthy of worthy of winning, but I still would say I think Infinity Castle should have been nominated for those. Very surprised by those Dandadan nominations in comedy and romance. I thought, and this might just be me misunderstanding those categories, I guess, but I personally thought that it had to be a part of the genre to be nominated. Like, if it's gonna be Best Comedy, it has to be a comedy anime. If it's gonna be Best Romance, it has to be a romance anime where it's like classified as that. If it wants to win Best Action, it has to be classified as like an action anime, which I guess doesn't really exist technically, so I can see why. I just think it's funny that Dandadan was like, Best Romance, Best Comedy, Best Action. It's like, what are you? Best sci-fi? Like, that's probably the better one, but that doesn't exist anymore. I know that has existed in the past. I was surprised by, what was the other one I was surprised by? Like, obviously I was surprised by Japanese voice performance. Anyway, that's who I voted for this time around. I'll probably vote for different ones next, but I think that's it for today's video. Again, a reminder before you get in the comments lighting it on fire, so mad that I picked something or said something. This is 100% my opinion, and I am biased, so if you don't agree with me, you don't need to comment on here how mad you are that you disagree with me. You can tell me what you disagreed on as long as you keep it respectful, and then go vote yourself. But that is going to be it for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment your thoughts, and I will see you all in the next one. Mata ne!